Otherwise, he might still be the head coach there. South Carolina fans excited, though. Silva ends up with a loose ball and a two-handed jam. South Carolina's turned it over their last two trips down onto the offensive end. Silva draws the turnover. Silva comes up with a steal. Ahead to Thornwell. Lays it off. Silva missed the jam. South Carolina first off the bench. Notice lays it off. Chris Silva. So 6-6. Chris Silva inside with the left from Columbia. Backup point guard on the. Leaves it short off the window. Back to Chris Silva. He's already got 4 points. Gets an offensive rebound. Leaves it short on the putback. And having surgery, or had surgery for a detached retina. And Martavius Newby also with an eye injury. Big bucket. Silva inside. This time he draws the foul. Dwayne Notice. Bobs inside to Silva. High off the window.
A senior versus a freshman, Chris Silva. Silva got caught up on the pick and roll.
Dozier looking for some help off the screen. He feeds it down low. Beautiful pick and roll. Carrera going to the bench. Jamal Gregory on the floor for the first time today for South Carolina. Gregory goes baseline. Finds Thornwell for a three. Spins out.
How they practice it back to the basket against a taller defender. But when you have a guy in there bothering them, it can really hurt them.
Game. He's the one guy that can handle the physicality of the South Carolina front line.
Chris, how about on the west coast of Central Africa, bordered by the Congo, Cameroon, and
getting to the line early right now. Richard, we looked at the stats on the year. They have scored 108 more points than their
time yesterday on in practice, talking about defense and spacing. Gamecocks in the top 25. For the first time, it's their highest ranking since the 1998 season. Dwayne Notice is checked in for. He's back to the other end and a couple of free throws for Schofield. Pushes it back out to 3. 20. There's a turnover. South Carolina in transition. In fact, it was 8-0 before Missouri got points. Had stitches just above his eye. Did not practice yesterday for the Gamecocks. And Thornwell inside. Tip in by Silva. Lead out to 8. And the second one kicks out, but a rebound by Silva, which caught up with Coach Muschamp at the half.
Process of learning for him, and he's excited to get going with the Gamecocks.
Notice tries a 3. Carrera comes away. Cox and the Volunteers. Well, Thornwell had a good look, but could.
Again, Tennessee's offense just now getting inside the three-point line. Turnover forced by
Stroman all the way to the rim. Missed with the left hand. And Silva kicks it off to Carrera. Now Dwayne Notice in traffic, little floater. Kychin is kind of sandwiched on that play. Rosberg back in, up and up. Wes Clark getting low and then dumps it off. First time for Tennessee. A lot of subs in the first 3.5 minutes of this ball game. And it's back to a 6-point game. Schofield has it. We saw the South Carolina team a week ago in Columbia. Carolina team, of course, highlighted by Monos Akevicius and Douglas Kychin, both from. So self-imposed sanctions by Missouri. I think that's important to know. They still have to wait. Could be weeks, could be months for the NCAA to either accept or add to. Phillips. Fourth now between the Vols and the Gamecocks. Admiral Schofield for.
To know where you stand and can start to build your program now is where he basically said the wins.
In an abundance of caution going through the concussion protocol. He's not playing today. The three. Rosberg. Nice touch from him. 6'9", 220, big body. Pretty good hands, too.
A little bit wild and out of control at times, but you'd rather have to slow somebody down than speed him up. He's got great.
The self-imposed sanctions. But feeling like finality is getting close.
A deadly three-point shooter for the Tigers.
Verrier drives in. Moore had it knocked away by Carrera. Schofield turns down the three, goes to the elbow. Good ball movement by Tennessee, but what a block! And he turns it over, a steal for punter. He's going to take it one-on-one, lost the handle, and then goes crash. Stroman and Thornwell also on the floor for South Carolina. Balkman gets it into the lane, dumps it off to Schofield. Hubbs goes in. He was looking for the monster. Hubbs along the baseline. Overshoots. Punter takes Thornwell off the dribble. Stella gets it off to Hubbs. He gets into the paint. Misses from 8 feet. Carrera.
Hand checks, especially given the freedom of movement directives this year, can be a challenge, especially for young guys.
Credited Frank Martin and everything that he's done with the South Carolina basketball program. He told me he's adjusting to Columbia well. He likes the points.
Three on the way.
To operate your offense when the passes are denied.
Punter with 4 to shoot, missed the shot, an offensive rebound by Derek Reese. Finally, out.
As you can see in that graphic there, they are as good of a defensive team typically on the.
Monty Moore finds Punter, 3 on the way. But an offensive rebound by Hubbs.